Welcome into week number 7 of fifth quarter, built by Trinity Homes. I'm Joe Mercado. We will be joined later in the show by Ben Eschenbaugh, Shelby Cassesi, and CJ Harvey. 3 area teams still sporting perfect records as we began play tonight. One facing perhaps the toughest test at East West Stadium. Fairmont Senior taking on the Weir Red Riders in a matchup of 5-win teams. Fairmont Senior's opening possession would stall out as the punt goes over Bryson Gilbert's head. He is dragged down at his own 11-yard line. That sets up Red Rider field goal opportunity from 28 yards out. Weir strikes first as they lead 3-0. Second quarter, Fairmont Senior at their own 30-yard line. Jake Abbott hands off to Gilbert, who sneaks by the end, dodges one defender, and high steps through the crowd. He makes it across the goal line and into the end zone. Polar Bears on the board for the first time in the game. They take a 7-3 lead. We're trying to get something going in the third quarter. They go to the air. Cody Enriti drops back to pass, fires a long shot over the middle, but Fairmont Senior's Antonio Parsons is there to intercept it in the end zone. A couple of plays after that, Abbott hands off to Gilbert once more, who cuts outside, then reverses field and turns on the Jets. Gilbert outracing everybody into the end zone for the second time on the night. The conversion is no good. It's 13-3 at that point. Fairmont gets a late score. They stay unbeaten on the year, moving to 6-0, knocking off the Riders by the final of 20-3. Elsewhere in Marion County, we head up the Husky Highway to Rachel. Darren Hayes and company playing host to Braxton County. First quarter, North is driving. Andrew Lewis finds the end zone from 3 yards out, and the Huskies lead 7-0. Second quarter now, North Marion looking for more, but Kyle Elliott's pass is intercepted in the end zone by Braxton's Hunter Bash. The Eagles coming up with a big turnover. After a Braxton punt, the Huskies would go on the move. Elliott finds Zach McIntyre over the middle for a gain of 20 on 3rd and 9. That would set up this 1-yard sneak by Elliott. He's into the end zone. The Huskies double their lead just before the half. They're up 14-0 at the break. Third quarter, the Huskies are punting. Ben Fincham fields it, makes a couple of defenders miss, and he returns it all the way to the North Marion 28-yard line. The Eagles are set up in great field position. 2 plays later, they would take advantage. Lucas Bonnet takes the direct snap, breaks tackles, and takes it into the end zone. That's a 20-yard touchdown. Braxton is right back in it. They trail by just 1 score. It's a 14-6 North Marion lead. The Eagles would get the ball back and drive again. Heath Cottrell drops back and finds Tayton Stout for a gain of 24 to the North Marion 16. But 3 plays later, disaster strikes for the Eagles. The handoff is fumbled. North Marion's Austin Conaway is there for the recovery, and the Huskies defense coming up with the big play. Later in the fourth, North is driving as the fog descends in Rachel. Elliott to Petty Jennings. Jennings fights his way for a gain of 27 to the Braxton 22. That would set up this 4th and 4 play. Elliott to Brent Mays, not just a first down, that's an 11-yard touchdown. North Marion leads 22-6. Finally, late in the fourth, the Husky defense will put this one away. Cottrell back to pass in his own end zone. He is hit by Hunter Edgell. The ball is loose, and Andrew Lewis is there for the recovery. North Marion improves to 5-1 as they continue to pull the sled in Rachel to another victory, the final 29-6. North Marion will next face Bridgeport. The Indians looking to stay unbeaten, taking on Liberty this evening. First quarter, we had a defensive stalemate early in this one. Mason Riley gets a tackle for loss for the Mountaineers. In the first quarter, they forced a pair of 3-and-outs, and we are scoreless through 1 quarter of play. Second quarter, Bridgeport starts to get their offense cranked up. John Merica in at quarterback tonight. He gains 12 yards here with a good piece of hard running. That gets him to the Liberty 20-yard line. A few plays later, J.T. Harris gets the call. He gets outside. He gets into the end zone from 20 yards out. Bridgeport's on the board first as they lead 7-0. Bridgeport would get the ball back late in the quarter. They go to the air on play action. Merica goes up top, and Brent Sinsel is there. That's a 26-yard gain to the Liberty 22-yard line. Final play of the half, 2 seconds on the clock. Bridgeport says no way to the field goal. They go for it at the 2. Chapin Murphy gets in, and the Indians lead 13-0 at the half. Third quarter, Liberty trying to punt it away on their opening possession, but it is partially blocked. Seth Friel scoops it and returns it to the Mountaineer 14-yard line. 4 plays later, 4th and 1 now from the 5. Mackenzie Holmes takes it the rest of the way. He's in from 5 yards. 20-0 Bridgeport at that point. They would tack on 2 more scores to move to 7-0 on the season as they knock off the Liberty Mountaineers by the final of 32-0. Across town to One Eagle Way, Josh Gurrell and his Robert C. Byrd Flying Eagles seeking their third victory of the year, taking on the East Fairmont Bees. We pick things up in the fourth quarter. It's 7-0 Byrd with 9 minutes to play. The pass is complete here to Dylan Burks. That's a first down for the Bees at the East Fairmont 30-yard line. RCB, however, would crank up the defensive pressure. Brandon Cook gets in for a tackle for loss. That sets up 3rd and long for East. Some more pressure here created by the Flying Eagles in the person of Geno Messenger. He gets a sack. They rule intentional grounding on the play. RCB would get the ball with an east side punt. Still up 7-0 with 6 minutes to play. East defense needing to get the ball back. Sean Willey doing his part with a tackle for loss. The Bees set to get the ball back via a punt. Trey Junkins set up to kick it away, and indeed he does, but he is roughed on the play. So that's a first down for RCB with 3 minutes to go. 1 first down, and they can run out the clock and win by the final of 7-0. They would run 3 plays, have to line up to punt it again, but on 4th and 3, East jumps offside. That's a first down for RCB, and that would be the ball game. 1 score enough for RCB to get the victory as they take this one by the final of 7-0. Coming up after the break, Ben Eschenbaugh enters with highlights from Southwestern and Romney. Yes, Romney. 5th quarter, built by Trinity Homes, continues after this.
Brought to you by Trinity Homes. This one brings us to Parsons. East Hardy at Tucker County. Mountain Lions will be forced to punt, and it's Brett Tharp with momentum here on the return. He sprints up the left sideline, pummels a defender on his way, and he rumbles it into the end zone. We'll have more from this one in our next block. Hello and welcome back to the 5th quarter built by Trinity Homes. Our Week 7 coverage continues this block with a pair of local class AAA schools on the road. One, a first meeting between the two programs, the other, a rivalry. We head out to Romney, where the Dean of High School Football, John Kelly, and his Hawks in the Eastern Panhandle taking on Hampshire. Good defense by the U early. The snap is bobbled and the ball hits the turf. Trevor Barnhart eventually picks it up, and he has a perceived scoop and score, but a flag would bring it back. It's still University's ball, though. No matter. 3 plays later, Clay Bailey has Amir Richardson on the bubble screen, and number 1 has himself a 22-yard score. The Hawks jump up 7-0. Next, Trojans possession. They're lined up to punt, but it's a fake. Owen Ziders, though, he picks it off, and he's going to return it down to the Hampshire 19. The Hawks have some great field position to start their second drive, and they'll come away with points. Bailey to Richardson on another screen, and he takes this one to the end zone. That's from 7 yards out. UHS doubles up 14-0. Second quarter now, the U's defense not bending much in the first half at all. Hayden Starcher brings down Richard Stanley in the backfield, and the Trojans would punt. Very first play of University's ensuing possession. Bailey has who else but Richardson. That one's over the middle, and it's a 33-yard strike. His 3rd of the game. It's 21-0 Hawks. University gets it right back. One more time, the duo connects. Bailey to Richardson again over the middle, but this time he's brought down. That's a 47-yard hookup to the Trojans' 23. Same drive, the handoff goes to Barnhart from 4 yards out. He punches it through. No trouble for University in Romney. They tack on 2 more scores and go on to win this one by the final 42-6. The Hawks improve to 6-1. And we have a pouring night, as always, in the area here in Southwestern. Battle for the pickaxe between Lewis County and BU. The story for Lewis all night, bad snapping. BU recovers this fumble at the 14-yard line, and 4 plays later, Drew Griffith calls his own number, pushes it into the end zone, and it's 7-0 BU. Lewis with good field position here, 1st and 10 for midfield, but same problems with the wet field, the bad snap, and the BU recovery. Next play, Griffith. Zone read play here. He calls his own number again, gets outside and down the far sideline, and that's a 48-yard score on the ground, and BU doubles up 14-0. Jump to 8 minutes, 40 seconds in the 3rd quarter to go. BU driving, third and 6 from the 34. Griffith gets the call again. He busts through the line, gets it down to Lewis 35, and he fumbles it, but BU would recover, so it's another first down for the Bucks. Now 4th and 7 from the 21. BU going for it. The quarterback keeper again working. He gets it the far side. Looks like he gets stripped of the ball, but he's rolled down at the 5-yard line. BU is still in business. Next play, Griffith hands off to Payne. He starts up the middle, bounces to the near side, and dives for the end zone, and BU goes on to win. 21-0 in a shutout in the pouring rain. BU improves to 2-3, while Lewis falls to 5-2. When we return, Shelby Cassesi takes over with stops in West Union, Middlebourne, and Parsons. That's next on the 5th quarter, built by Trinity Homes.
Your hit of the week comes from the Ritchie Rebels at Tyler Consolidated. The Knights' Tyler Anderson gets the handoff. He's tripped up by Devin Williams, and Zachary Klein finishes the job with a big hit that causes a fumble. Ritchie recovers, and that is our hit of the week. Welcome back to the fifth quarter, built by Trinity Homes. We'll get to highlights in Tucker County in a moment, but first we will head out west for two matches. After losing their first two games, Doddridge County has gone on a 4-game win streak. That streak would be tested tonight against the surprise team of the year. Gilmer County entered tonight 5-0 with their closest game decided by 14 points. So we take you out now to West Union. Can Gilmer County remain perfect against the Bulldogs? Trey Schuff throws a screen to Hunter Self, who breaks tackles and finds his way into the end zone for the Gilmer County touchdown. And Gilmer County leads us off with the first score of the night. They lead 6-0 after the bad PAT. Gilmer again, it's Schuff. He drops back to pass, looking deep for Self again, who catches it over the middle and takes it all the way to the house for his second touchdown of the night. 12-0 Gilmer. They continue to lead on the evening. Doddridge County looking to answer back, though, as Hunter Riffle does his own thing, calls his own number. He cuts right, then left, breaks a few tackles along the way. He gets the first down for the Bulldogs and then some, and the drive would stall for the Bulldogs, however, keeping the score at 12-0. Then again, it's Riffle playing receiver this time. He makes the catch, breaking tackles again, juking the defense as he does, makes the Bulldogs first down inside the Gilmer County 25-yard line. On the same drive now, Curtis James takes the handoff, works his way outside, fights the defense for a muscled touchdown for the Bulldogs, much needed. Titans still lead, though, by a score. It's 12-7. Now on to the fourth quarter. Cole Haley takes the handoff for the Titans, who breaks his way through the defense and takes it the rest of the way for the touchdown. The Titans lead 20-7, and they stay there. They remain perfect, and they win 20-7, the final score. Tyler Consolidated hosting Ritchie County this evening on their homecoming night. First possession for the Knights, a 37-yard run by Jace Reed sets up the 6-yard touchdown run by Tyler Anderson. A good 2-point conversion makes it 8-0. Then on Ritchie's next possession, the Rebels fumble on the fake handoff. Tyler's Wesley Watson hops on it to regain possession on the Ritchie 42-yard line, and they cash in. Griffin Phillips hits Anderson, who takes it 15 yards into the end zone. Silver Knights lead 15-0. The two teams exchange fumbles, then it's Ritchie with the ball. Garrett Owens is hit by Reed, who knocks the ball loose. It's picked up by Nathan Lancaster, who takes it all the way for the 30-yard scoop and score. The Knights go up 22-0 after the PAT. More defense for Tyler Consolidated on the ensuing Rebels possession. Tatum McCloy trying for the screen pass, but Hunter Forrester steps right in front of it, and there he goes for the pick six. Tyler leads 29-0 after the first quarter. Towards the end of the half, the Tyler defense strikes again. Forrester makes the diving interception for his second pick of the night. Knights get the ball at the Rebel 34, and 2 plays later, Mark Rucker punches it in from 2 yards out. It's 36-0 at that point, and Tyler Consolidated takes this one, 49-6, the final score. Number 1, East Hardy traveling out to Tucker County. Tucker County up by a score, 7-0 in the first quarter. A solid hit by Brett Reel jars the ball loose, and Tucker County recovers on the fumble. That Mountain Lion drive would stall, however. More defense, this time it's from the Cougars. Luke Poling is sacked in the end zone for a safety, and East Hardy gets on the board. Tucker leads, though, still 7-2. More Mountain Lion defense when Jonathan Paw gets his paws on the Cougar quarterback for a sack, and then it's a short field for Philip Mullen, who goes in between tackles for the first Hardy touchdown, and East Hardy takes the lead. It's 9-7, and they would not look back. Tucker County punting on 4th down, and it's Brett Tharp who jets down the sideline, mows over a defender, and takes it all the way to the house for glory for another East Hardy touchdown, and this was actually our play of the week. East Hardy leads 16-7. Mountain Lions back on defense. Luke Poling scrambles for the Cougars. He heaves it up, and it's tipped into the hands of William Calloway. However, that drive would stall as well for the Mountain Lions. Nice pick, though. Late in the second quarter, it's Philip Mullen again who takes the rock up the middle and down the field for the pick six. At the end of the half, it's 23-7, and East Hardy goes on to win by the final of 50-7. When we come back, our own CJ Harvey makes his 5th quarter debut with highlights from Payne City Clay Battelle and your boot of the week. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to 5th quarter, built by Trinity Homes. I am CJ Harvey. No team has been able to slow down Clay Battelle in their 5-0 start. The CBs entered tonight's matchup with Payne City averaging over 51 points per game. Undefeated Clay Battelle hosting Payne City, and even though it was wet, there was plenty to cheer about for the CBs tonight. Picking up early in the first, quarterback Tanner Burdett finds Gunnar Brummage down the sideline for a nice pickup at 52, helping the Seabees march down the field on their very first drive, because on the very next play, Logan Forquay takes the handoff and hits the edge with some speed, carrying the ball down the sideline for the 28-yard touchdown. Seabees up 7-0 after the extra point. The Wildcats kept the Seabees on their heels for most of the first half. Inside the 30-yard line on 4th down, Michael Shreves takes the handoff, but does not quite make it to the line that they needed, and Clay Battelle takes over on down. Second quarter on 1st down, Burnett makes a nice inside juke and finds Travis Dial for the nice 8-yard pickup. Seabees would not score on the drive, though. Payton City again marching down the field, but a fumble ends the drive, and still leading 7-0, the Seabees take over. Next play after the recovery, late in the second quarter, Fournette finds Jeremy Ferraro over the middle and helps put the Seabees in striking range, which ends up turning into a much bigger play because Burnett finds this man Gunnar Brummage again down the field to double the Seabees lead and ultimately pick up the win. Clay Battelle rolls to 6-0 on the season after tonight's 47-16 win.
Thanks very much, CJ. We put a wrap on the show with the Benny's Boot Hill Boot of the Week. North Marion's Dalton Malcolm back to punt. He skies one through the rain and the fog at Husky Field. It rolls just inside the 5-yard line, so we give some love to the punters this week. Dalton Malcolm of North Marion, the winner of this week's Benny's Boot Hill Boot of the Week. Thanks very much for joining us on Fifth Quarter, built by Trinity Homes. Be sure to join us on Fifth Quarter Extra on WVFX at Fox 10 in about, 90 seconds from now. We are joined live in studio by Lincoln High head coach Rob Hawkins, and we'll have highlights from the Morgantown matchup tonight at Wheeling Park. They were taking on the defending Class AAA state champions, and we've got highlights from there coming up on Fifth Quarter Extra. We'll see you in 90 seconds.